if we're taking a fight in this blue area, we need clones, and the number one thing is we need them at angles, and we don't we don't put the main with our payload because that's not an angle. This is an angle. This is an angle. This is an angle. This is an angle. So, like the lamp, you right off the bat, you just make sure the maggle doesn't really get any value. There's the storm ult, you need to copy now. Alright, ends up helping out. Notice your timing is a little late. I'm not really sure what you're waiting for. Oh god.
Oh. Yeah.
Typical Loki player. Got it.
Trying to track to someone and get the right person and not, double select.
Yep. Okay. So let's talk about why that was difficult. Alright, so from the start, you guys are all stacking main. That's your biggest problem. So let's look at where we could wrong button. Where we could be. Alright, so look at this big line. What is this? Okay, so instead, what we could do is we have maybe our Loki and Luna are playing at an angle. So you guys could be over here. Now, the best thing about this is if you guys are at an angle, Adam's not going to be in the way. So you can just copy Luna. If Luna gets pressured, you can lamp her. And then our Adam is free to do his own thing. Maybe Adam goes, let's look at Adam color. Adam goes this way. You guys are all stacking. See how difficult it is for Loki to get a copy if everyone's in the same spot?
Yeah. Would it
So
be
you
even worth
almost
to
died.
calm that? Yeah.
Mhm.
Would it be even worth to comment to my team and be like, hey, like, could you
Mm-hmm.
stand a little far away, like, to my Luna? If we know the storm ult's coming.
Yeah. Okay, so the best way to calm this would be, let's go back a little bit. Whenever things aren't super hectic, maybe this Magruck's happening. Right, so your team's, let's say Blue's saying like, alright, let's push up, guys. Maybe you ping, like in-game, and say, Luna, let's go to the left side. And then it's literally that simple. And,
Okay.
yeah, let's go left side. I'm looking for ult. Could be another thing you say.
Yeah.
Give her a heads up. Because, Luna's not going to be, reading your brain and getting into the right position. She has no clue you have ult.
Yeah. I find a lot of the times I sit behind a lot of my other supports when I play Loki.
Sure.
Primarily because as you saw, like, what is that sight line? Like that's what I'm playing off of with my clones.
Yeah, it's really tough.
So like, because the idea is that you shoot through teammates into enemies,
Yeah, this is a little too far back. I see your idea, and I think it's right. I think what you need is an angle. So this way.
Okay.
Look at that sideline. You see your team easily. Just remove a little bit if needed. And you see their enemy team if needed. And you have cover. Everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll try to path a little more inside.
Mhm.
Or places that are a little, maybe even, that seems almost to be kind of like an off angle of sorts.
That's what you
Where
need.
like, I can kind of put up, my brain goes to like, you see that pillar, like the one that you mentioned? Like, I could even put one clone on each side of it,
Yeah.
play behind it, and then if I need to poke, I have a clone for poking and for more forward heals that the other
Yeah.
clones still may get to, but even if someone's getting LOS'd out of one of the clones, the other one will still have sightline.
Exactly. So now you're thinking like the what is it? The proactive, like the Loki that makes plays, right? And that's like I gotta find my angle. I got my Loki clones at angles. I can do anything. I can damage enemy team. I can peel for my team. I have cover if needed. Like you're in a good place.
Yeah.
Now and think about you get yourself in that mindset and you start telling your Tara, your Luna, the same thing. And now you guys are both taking angles, using cover, and making plays.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. And looks like yeah, we used ult in the last fight. That's fine. So we're not gonna have ult this time. Where is everyone? Okay. It looks like you're still on card duty, but the main thing that I think we're doing again is we're just playing main, and we have absolutely no angles, no options. So give me another position.
Well, I could play up top. I mean, I could
Yep.
take high ground there, and
Yep.
like be able to pressure both, heal my tanks. But my job here is kind of, because what's happening like on the back end is that Luna and Adam went with our Star Lord to
Yep.
go flank the enemy team.
which is a
which
bit of a
gets
mistake. Luna should be with you.
um
But yeah, I know what
yes,
you mean. There's no
but
healing
like
for you if you're here.
my current
Yeah,
duty is to heal my tanks. Like that's
exactly.
kind of because like my original thought process is like I'm sitting there and I'm trying to push cart because
Yep.
there's a huge amount of value. I'm always a payload princess because like you get like if there's only one person on cart, the biggest difference between like having like the amount of people on cart is 0 to 1. Like 1 to 2
Yeah,
is
definitely.
less, and 2 to 3 is even less. But you get like an extra 0.7 meters per second if just one person sits on it. So I'm trying to
Yep.
sit on it, but really at this point, I don't even need to be pushing the cart anymore. We're
Yep.
contesting a fight in this choke.
hmm
So like me sitting there is kind of irrelevant.
Yep. Yep. This is pre-fight positioning, right? So playing the card's fine until the fight's about to start. Now, this is where you have all your cooldowns available, and you need to take a better position. So send a clone up here. You can even walk up here. Put a clone on card. Do whatever you need to do so that you can not just be able to payload princess during the fight.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, imagine that. Like, you know what happens if you're here. I mean, of course, your team goes for a big flank and it gets a lot of value, which is good. But, like, you could be here. You could be putting damage on that Punisher. That guy dies.
hmm
Okay.
I'm just sitting there healing my tanks pushing cart.
Yeah,
Let's
doing
ignore this.
emotes.
Ignore this. Ignore this.
Case in point. Dude, Princess, like, I'd say that you were the payload cheerleader. Jesus.
Well, because if you see, I'm the only one pushing it, so I kind of gotta be on it, but I'm not gonna move, and no one's contesting me, so I do a lot of emotes
Sure.
when I do that.
That's funny. Yep. Alright, so, yeah, let's make plays. So, again, let's see. We don't really have an angle here, but that's okay. Poking, poking, poking is a cover. There's not a lot to say here. Um, besides the fact that you could be setting up for this next fight. So take an angle, right? Maybe you put clones like I don't know. It's kind of difficult with this big fucking ramp here, but a clone here would be cool.
Or even
Clone
on
here
that
would be
like
cool.
ledge, like you see
A
where like
clone
there's a
here
ledge
would
at
be
the
cool. Hell yeah.
yeah.
This would be awesome. So think about angles. Always like because you know what off angles are and you know that they're important. But your clones don't know that. Your clones need you to tell them to make plays.
Yeah, I think so. I watched like a video on like there was recently the Rivals Championship, right? And there was a Loki player. Ignore my aim. There was a Loki player that he was I've been working on like what is optimal clone usage, and
Yep.
forever I was like if they're up they're up, I'm getting value. But like right
hmm
here, like why do
What
I
are these
not have a
clones doing?
clone? Yeah, like one of them's doing something. I don't know what that one's doing in the slightest. Like but
Yeah.
like he was just putting down clones every time he ever basically changed an LOS. So
Yeah,
like
every time you're doing something, you need clones to do something with you.
yeah, and it's like it's not just like oh set up for this particular fight, this particular
hmm
choke. It's also like he was just chucking them. Hey, I
Here.
got pushed back 4 feet, right? Here, let me throw a clone up because now I need to get a sight line on this guy who needs my healing over here. You know?
Sure. Yeah, do it right now. Right? You put a clone here. You put a clone here. Why not?
Yeah.
These clones
Versus
are not
like
doing anything. Like this guy that was all the way back there. Who cares?
yeah.
This guy's bad. Just make another one.
Yeah.
I like
Instead of
that
worrying
thinking.
about the cooldown because my like one of my thought processes is like if I have I need to always keep a clone in my pocket, always keep a clone in my
Sure.
pocket because teleportation lamps.
Yep.
Payload princess. But
Yeah, okay.
teleportation
Next
lamps.
time you do this shit and you have a clone on the payload, put it somewhere else, bro. You just told me exactly what you need to have one for in case there's an emergency. You know what? You already have one that's in here for emergency. He's on the car. Get out. Go do something. Put clones where your team is doing stuff. If you're
Okay.
the payload princess right now, that's okay. Your team's gonna go set up. But think about what the next fight is gonna be. Set up angles for that next fight. So let's just look at it again. Ignoring ult usage, let's just talk about there's gonna be a fight probably around here. The back line's gonna be back there. So tell me some quoting spots. Yep, this area
Obviously you have high
here.
ground here, here, and if you want to get really cheeky and they don't pay attention, you can get the other side on the right,
Mm,
like high
gotcha.
ground.
Gotcha.
Because
Yeah.
like it really depends on the team. Some teams are really, really like particular about shooting Loki clones, and some teams are just
Yep.
like these don't exist, and they just AFK down main.
Sure.
Like, if you could take
Yeah,
advantage of it, you get a lot of value from a clone that's on the other side because then you can
hmm
constantly be peppering anyone who's in your LOS.
exactly.
Um,
And okay, so if we're taking a fight in this blue area, we need clones, and the number one thing is we need them at angles, and we don't we don't put the main with our payload because that's not an angle. This is 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 an angle. There's so many places. This is an
even
angle.
even putting one like yeah, like down main wouldn't be ideal, but you also have your invisibility for that as well. Like that's a good
Mm-hmm.
clone reposition. Like even but not keeping it on cart, keeping it like you see where that 90 is. So like the
Yep.
blue is the main, the bottom left corner. If you
Yep. Yep.
LOS one that could just see deeper into there, and then maybe I
Yeah.
play on that corner,
Mm-hmm.
I can then have a clone on the other side, and then that'll cover everything I see.
Exactly. Yes. So yeah, you're thinking like the Loki carrier right now. It's like I see everything. I'm literally like I'm three characters at once, just carrying the fight. So right now, when you're the payload princess, you gotta start thinking about that next fight and thinking about like how are you gonna set up for it? Because we're gonna go ahead and we'll see what you do. But you gotta keep in mind to compare it to what could be, because this is just it's fucking insanity.
My drive by.
This is just not it, bro. Because, like, look at this. I mean, there's an Atom res here. If we had Loki clones on the sides, like here or any of the places we talked about, they're all shooting into Atom and they're gonna stay alive because everyone's not looking at them.
Hmm.
Alright, so, yep, tough stuff happens.
Hmm.
Alright, so we got a pattern here. It's mainly that we're just playing main and our clones are playing main too. But that's fine. Because I mean, I think this fits your playstyle, like what we're talking about, and it'll be pretty easy for you to pick it up and just be like, "Hell yeah, I'm like Loki 3.0 now."
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do a lot of my thing is I think I need to like you were saying be more proactive. Like I think
Hmm
I'm a very good reactive player. Like I'm very good at dropping lamps, very good at like quick repositions and stuff like that to stay alive.
hmm
But like
Yep.
why not already have that set up?
Yes,
Like
exactly.
why not view this as the fight? It's gonna be down main. I played this
hmm
game way too much, right? I know the fight's gonna be there.
Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, and we're just pushing the payload to emotes. Like what?
Yes.
Come on, we can do better. All right, so great. Now let's talk about ult usage because we have a big fight coming up, and there's a lot of ults that are going to be in play. So, all right, if our ult tracking is on point, we have two main things to keep in mind. One, Storm ult, it's gonna opener, always is opener. And then Luna ult, it's gonna be defensive. So if our team has, two support ults, yours is gonna come second. Now the question would then be, how can we use your support ult to win this fight? When could we use your support ult to win this fight?
Well, I would think that like oh yeah, my headset's still on. I would think that like so if my ult tracking is perfect, right?
Yep, let's assume that.
And let's assume that I'm smart, right? Let's so
Yep.
um let's assume that that's the case.
Yes.
The I should be thinking not necessarily. Obviously, I should know Storm's up. We haven't seen a Storm
Yeah.
ult in a little bit here. Storm gets her ult like like me going to the cabinet for a snack. Like that takes no effort. Like
Yep.
you wake up and you have Storm ult basically. Especially when
Right.
like you play on each other. Like so we're gonna have Storm ult. We used our ult
Yep. Our
and
Luna
I
ult.
did and they stormed ult. So okay, we use that to counter Storm ult.
Yep. Very basic. So
Um
then what? Because if that's gonna happen, they're
I think
probably
that
gonna use Luna.
the play that I use here is they Lunal. We force Lunal probably through Star-Lord ult that's coming up in 3%, right?
Yep. Yep.
That can force Lunal. I
Yep.
hold ult, use on Punisher ult, we win the fight.
Gotcha. Okay. That's a
Maybe,
good ult.
maybe. I know Magneto also has ult
Yep,
coming up.
there's your risk. Exactly, you just pointed it out. All right, so what you need to do is trust that your Magneto hits this rock. And if he
Okay.
doesn't hit this rock, then he basically negates Punisher ult. And then, only then, do you pop your Luna ult that you've copied already.
Okay.
So let's go through this.
Okay.
If you don't use your copy, that's very troll. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tell you what I don't copy. So alright, let's skip ahead a bit. At this point, the Luna ults have happened. The Star ult forced the Luna ult like you predicted. Good stuff. So, Punisher ult's up. Punisher's gonna ult here.
Oh, Magneto
Waiting for
also
it.
did ult. I think I countered it with Lamp.
Got it. That was really well played. Alright, let's focus on this next trade. Alright, yep, we got a problem here. Alright, so Punisher's not ulting. Right? The reason Punisher's not ulting is because your group fed his brains out. That's fine. It's just not your problem. This is still winnable. And the way I would say it's winnable is if we copy and we go proactive and we ult into them, force them to Punisher ult, and rock it. Have faith in your dude, and we will win this fight.
Okay.
The
So
main problem I
basically,
see is just not being a playmaker.
Okay. Okay. So that I'm kind of being a little more, I guess the word is reactive, but more passive in a way.
Yep. Yep. You're just waiting for something to happen. We just kill Punisher. Like, let's just ult and run them down.
Okay.
They have nothing. Like, the Punisher's gonna come out, but we'll have Rock for that.
Why not walk? Like, why not? Okay. So, like, if we have the pick, we get even another pick. So, like,
It's
Punisher's
like,
walking
come
out of
on.
spawn right now.
Please.
Like, ult.
Team, walk up. No, to run them over. So silly. Alright, there it is, finally. Okay. Yep, there it is. There you go. There's no reason we should lose this fight, but we're gonna lose it somehow. Yeah, we're not killing your backline. That's the main problem. Groot ults. Me and Blue talked about this already, but this Groot ult is just insane. What the Alright, you guys need to walk on their backline, and this is something you can say. So, I'll watch your POV, and I'll tell you how I would con this if I was Loki. Well, you're not the tank player. You can make plays, right? And you make plays by doing like, okay, I'm looking to copy. All right, Luna, let's walk. Go, go,
But
go.
also, I
Forget
should
the
have
venom.
waited.
Come on. Let's go rocket. No, forget him. Go, Luna. Keep walking. Like that.
I see. So
These are all
less
invulnerable.
less use the invulnerability. Don't play it because I'm kind of playing it almost scared-ish. Where I'm not calming, but my main purpose is let me save my team, right? But the problem with me trying to save my team the whole time is that we're just sitting on point, just breathing, right?
Yes,
We're just
breathing air.
we're just
Waiting
existing
for it
on.
to end and us to be available to be fucking head blown off, dude. It's like, what? Troll.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we had an opening, we had a win condition, you just didn't realize
Also,
that
I
it
need to
was.
move my clones out from behind a corner, getting no value on
Yes.
the actual thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is gonna be pretty much the end of our attack. And I don't have anything else to say. I should have been won by now. So you tell me. Give me some notes on the two things that you need to start doing better.
I need to put more aggressive clones.
Yep.
So like instead of we get stuck on this corner,
Yep.
and for a lot of reasons.
Yep.
I think if we did a VOD review of each player during this moment, we would probably have a reason why we get stuck on this corner. But
Yep.
my reason is that my clones are always just sitting
Yep.
in this back area playing the purview of only my team.
Yes.
Which is great
That's
for keeping them alive, but
not making
terrible
play.
for actually doing anything. And like this might be a
Good
little
go.
troll, but like why not just if we're playing triple support, right? We're
Yeah.
playing triple support. We have a Luna Snow. We have an Adam Warlock that's most likely going to be sitting in our back line, you know, flicking his
Yeah,
little
just
needles.
flicking his little thumbs, dude.
And then like shooting his aim behind this 90 wall. Why am I not on high ground? Why am I
Yeah.
not playing aggro? You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
because like I don't need to be like if we're playing double support, maybe my clones could be a little more passive and I can like play more towards just trying to keep my team up because we
Mhm.
don't have the healing that a triple support comp has. But like
Yeah.
I guess I heard a saying once and I heard it relating to Jeff the Land Shark, so
All
it can
right.
apply here.
I'll
But
bear
it's
with
like
you.
the triple support kind of frees the third healer. You
Sure.
know, like it makes the Jeff not have to sit there blowing his like stream on like random tanks. He can like go dive their back line because he's actually really good at that, and he's actually
Mhm.
terrible at healing people. like it's actually ironic, right?
It wakes
But
you up to go make plays. And yeah, all right. So that's
yeah,
problem one, right? Is we're just not a playmaker right now, especially with our clone usage. It's just too passive.
yeah, like really here I should be going. I'm obsessed with the other side, but it could even be the close high ground. I should be
Hmm.
cloning and teleporting to that,
Oh
stacking
god.
a bunch of clones up there. Yeah, we should get ran over. Stacking a bunch of clones on that and just peppering their backline.
Yes. All
Because
right.
at the end of the
That's
day,
a win.
like if I'm peppering their backline, they're now gonna have to come clear me. I'm a
Hmm.
pain in the ass to clear. Like
Yeah.
trust me, I've been Dovin plenty of times. I kill divers
Yeah.
like, regularly. That's how I got here. Is anytime a Psylocke's on the enemy team, I chuckle and then I kill her because I'm one of three people. I stand behind one of my clones and I have the other
Hmm.
two absolutely melt her with me. And if
Yep.
I ever get low, I hit shift and then she dies anyway. And
That's the
but
big thing, is we just need to be more proactive making plays. Right now, a little too passive. And it's so easy to fix. And you know it's easy to fix because
yeah,
that's how you want to play.
yes.
All right. So that's, and I would say the other note would be think of the similar thing with your ult usage, right? So you can use your ults to make plays, and you aren't necessarily the one who makes plays. You're enabling your team to go and get there, but you have to tell them, and you have to move like you're looking to kill.
Here I'm looking to again, I don't. Maybe this is like my job changes a little bit in double support, you know,
Hmm.
because I obviously have to be more of a healer and more of like a backliner play presence. But like when we're playing triple support, there's no reason I can't just be a DPS Loki for certain times.
Hmm.
Like like try to make a play on a high ground, and obviously I can still heal people. I have the ability to do that. I can still lamp my team, but
Hmm.
nothing's gonna stop me from taking a high ground that no one's on and just
Hmm.
peppering their backline.
Hmm.
You know,
Yep. Whenever you see an opening, yeah, go for it. I mean, a lot of this is just, it looks like you're all really scared. Um, let's look at clone usage here. So we have one clone up, and that's not that's not great. So give me one or two places that clones could be. I'm just gonna mark a ton of spots, and you pick them.
um, I always really enjoy on top of that ambulance.
Oh, that's a good
Kind
one.
of a quirky one. I like particularly on the 90, the bottom right 90. That
Sure,
one because that gets a whole sightline of their whole back line. Um,
this is a
I
nice one.
also, yeah, I like to put mine on like little high ground positions because then they can
Sure.
kind of see top down the whole map, and it
Yep.
makes the accuracy probably a little slower than like directly on me or like some stuff like that,
Hmm.
just because travel time of projectiles.
Hmm.
But in the vast majority of cases, like they get a lot of sightline value as well as they're really good TP spots in case I get dove. So it
Hmm.
really enables that cooldown to protect me. I don't have to lamp as much.
Yeah.
Um, but definitely, I mean,
Um,
honestly, I see no reason why I can't just clone. Like, obviously, there's gonna have to be a clone on me because I like to pocket one, because then I
mhm.
use my right click to kind of spawn it. But I
Yep.
really should be. I actually don't know which Loki I am. I think I'm the one actually hiding behind cover.
Chunky
I am.
Wonky
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do put it on top of the van, but I
Yep.
think honestly, why not put it? You see, like way back there, like, or
Maybe here
even though like
or here.
up, like no, more left. It's actually like a really quirky spot, like
Oh, all the
up
way
high
high, like
ground,
you were
like
talking about with
yeah,
this.
like even bottom right, like on that little ledge, like left. Sorry, I'm making it really
Yeah,
obscure,
this is so
but
hard.
like, but
Here.
yeah, right there, right there, right
Okay.
there, like on this
Got it.
ledge, or maybe even more so on the further back, like literally on top of their team, because they're not
Got it.
playing high ground here.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like available spots here that you can get angles. This is all about setting up angles. So we have an angle here. We have an angle here. We could, and we are playing like here. So all of this is just putting a shit ton of pressure on the team, and they have to look, a million different directions. So yeah, I think those are all good ideas, and you just got to get those ideas out of your head and into the map.
Okay.
All right, so
So like,
I don't know. I'm a big
no,
fan of this. Well, let's watch your ult here. Okay, so first of all, let's start with what their team wants to do. Their team wants to pop infinite ammo, peek around a corner, and have to cut your head off. And if that doesn't work, they're gonna walk back and they're gonna wait. They're gonna do it again until they get Punisher ult. Then they're gonna do Rocket Punisher combo, and they're gonna try to blow your head off. So every time that happens, we need a counter. We have, three counters. We have Luna, Mag, Loki. Okay. So the first thing is we need to sort out what do we do whenever Punisher ults? Well, we talked about this already. Trust your Mag. So what Mag ult? And whenever Mag ults, you tell me what to do with the copy. Do you copy right away? Do you wait for the Punisher to die? How do you do it? Ideally.
um, I think that if I need to trust my mag, and I think if I trust my mag, I kind of play it a
Tough.
little differently here. So like, I think the minute we go our executioner, all that crap,
Mm-hmm.
we he pops his ult. I think the best choice beyond that for me. So like in this zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Magneto pops his ult. He's
Yep.
gonna try to dunk on this guy.
Absolutely dunk on him. Yeah, and it might just work.
It might work. It's also it's secretly hard to do because of the amount of charge that Punisher will gives the mag bomb. Like you'll see here,
Right.
and he gets
This is
pummeled.
really well played.
So what I need to be doing here is actually delaying my copy, trust
Yeah.
my mag, use my lamp to lamp my team if it fails. So like have
Mm-hmm.
my clones in a proactive spot where, hey, one's on Tara, like my
Mm-hmm.
DPS are around me, one's on that high ground. I can kind of lamp the area while I shapeshift,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then pop my Luna ult to then counter it if
Mm-hmm.
in like similar to this case it doesn't work out, and then we
Mm-hmm.
could theoretically back up because Punisher Rocket will kill me, but
Mm-hmm.
like back up to enough of a point where we can keep ourselves alive and then walk on them because we have the time advantage
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's all right.
instead of popping it instantly
Yep.
and then just getting railed.
And standing around. Right. This is the other issue I see. Is like, all right, so we got so many good things to think about. So being a little more patient, seeing if the Punisher dies, using lamp to protect yourself from the Punisher. That's all great. And then say Punisher lives because they play it well, like there. Then we could use a Luna ult. Now the one thing I would change about your plan is I would say you could use your Luna ult to try and kill the Punisher. They don't have a support ult right now. You might be able to just go hard on the Punisher. Use your cover, of course, right? So you're here, maybe. You're healing your whole team. Your whole team might kill Punisher. If they don't, they support him. Walk back.
Hmm.
There you go.
Okay. And also, I think in this particular, like, we sit here for a while just on this
Mm-hmm.
angle, and like, I know we talked about this earlier, like, make a play, push up. Like, I should be calming. We should just walk on them. If we have a
Mm-hmm.
Luna ult, why am I just sitting around my team, like,
Mm-hmm.
reading the newspaper, like,
Yep.
taking a freaking like look how long it is. Like, so Punisher ult, like I pop it,
It's
Punisher's
literally
still
15 seconds
ulting.
of standing around. That is
Yeah, like
insane.
literally, like we sit here, we blow up, and I just sit there. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're just sitting. The only one who pushes up is Oni,
Mm-hmm.
and look who's on me. Like we, I think our
The
is
whole
that
team.
our hella or their hella? Yeah, like the whole team is like, yo, let me sit on this Luna, and I'm just like, picking my nose, like
Yeah,
I'm
like
like
singing
breathing on my
campfire songs to
narcos.
everyone, dude. This is crazy. Like, okay.
Yeah, like why
So
not?
the
Why
main
not walk
problem is
over him?
yes. Blue's dead, by the way. So Blue died earlier, and I think that's part of your communication issues, is like, if Blue's dead, maybe no one knows what to say about, like, do we go in? Do we just wait around? Well, this is where you step up. You're doing the Luna ult after all. Just tell them to walk over on the Punisher. Kill him.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean,
if you're worried, you don't have to do that. You can tell them to walk, and you can play cover. You know, it's like here, whatever you need to do. But it just, yeah, it's all about taking the initiative and actually, making the plays that are possible.
yeah, like we just sit here and get walked on, and then give them the space, and then we lose the economy, and then we
Hmm.
die.
Yep,
Like, why
it's
not
happening a lot.
jam the gas pedal down their throat and like instead of
Yeah.
like obviously give team the respect they deserve, but what have they done respectfully from watching this? Like I haven't made a single play, and like we're still in a decent spot, right? So like, why am I not trying to make more
Mm.
plays, being a little more proactive,
Hmm.
particularly earlier when we had triple support, but even now, like, why not communicate to walk on? Because Blue is our
Hmm.
main like IGL. He's a
Yep,
very good
he's right here.
communicator.
He's in. So, all right.
Yeah.
So since he's in and he's trying to make a play, it's into infinite ammo, which is a little sketch. But um, look at how he's about a clobber. Tell me some clone spots that could have helped to have by now.
The van behind me on the high
Yep,
ground. So
that's
like,
beautiful.
um,
Give me an angle.
um, you can go left side on top of that bus, with that phone booth looking thing, the bus stop as well.
Yep.
And then if you really, really want to get into your bag, your Loki bag, top right balcony on top of that
Oh,
roof,
what?
there's like a little
Is that
glitch. Yeah. Yeah.
that is so cool. Yeah, dude, bring out the plays, man. I want to see this. Like, come on, dude. If this clobber goes through, that Punisher's dead. Like, you just hit one shot, he's done. But
And I could
the
just
clones are not there.
no, they're there to and even if they were like, I had one on top of the van, one on top of the other thing, I could still heal my backline just fine. Like
Hmm.
it's not like I'm gonna lose any of the the only thing that those clones are giving. Like, you
Hmm.
know,
Yep.
yeah. I
There's so much potential here. It's really like, I know it hurts for you to watch probably because you're like, you have all these ideas and they're just not being used.
That's scary. No, like that kind of answers the
Angle.
question of that video I watched. Yeah, like where it was like, why is this guy constantly dropping clones? And I kind of always keep mine up. It's because he dropped he was playing the clones for this corner when we were being pressured,
Hmm.
and then he walked out and then said, "All right, I'm gonna drop two clones immediately."
Hmm.
Like not a care in the world of where like the lamp kind of aspect of it, because at the end of the day, if you have two clones up, your healing's insane.
Yeah. And your
Like
damage is insane. It's like you are the GOAT, and maybe you have the one to save your team by the time that you've already put a ton of pressure onto the other team.
yeah, and I don't need to lamp my tank here like I would typically do, because to be honest with you, I could just triple heal him with some clones, and
Hmm.
suddenly my guy is full health and I'm doing damage. And then by the time he maybe gets pressured in my healing, I need to reload or some crap. Like I
Yep.
just flick a clone on him, and then I can do the lamp then. And then
Hmm.
I would have a lamp. I'm immortal. I then reload. I then have my clone shooting again, and we're back to business. Like instead of playing
Exactly.
this, like I need to constantly min max and have like all my clones alive, and I can't run out of clones. I can't run out of clones. Like
Hmm. But where are your clones? Like that's always the question, and they're back here. Like, what
yes,
the fuck? All right, so yeah, think about. I think the reasoning in the situation might be that you don't know. You think the fight's gonna happen here. I don't know
I,
why
I
else you'd put clones there.
I think I was trying to play. I thought the fight would happen within this choke,
Yeah.
so I was trying to get my clones in a safe position where I could reliably heal everyone.
Yep.
But I think that I can maybe I do it a little bit because I move, like I start to move them. But
Hmm.
why not drop another one? Like I have my
Exactly.
CDs up. I'm willing to bet my whole bank account I have a CD up that can pop a clone.
You
Yeah,
just
I
used
have one in
one.
my
This was
pocket.
well done. This is moving and repositioning clones. You got to do it again and again and again. Keep moving and keep placing your clones. Keep taking angles. So, like right here, this clone is it's good. It heals your team. Why not do one that's a little more aggressive? What if we put one like here? You know,
Hmm.
there's a lot of possibilities. And it also starts with putting yourself in those positions a little bit more. And notice you are playing very passive. So it would be something to consider is it's not just about your clones taking angles, but you have to take the angles first, right? So like you got to start walking up here and maybe playing here. Put clones there.
Okay.
put clones here. Start, do crazy stuff. Put clones here. You come up with the plays, but it's all about like you got to put yourself in the position to make plays. This is just
Yeah,
heal botting.
I see.
All right. We just killed the Luna. Hela's run. What the fuck? All right, Punisher ult. Right, right. So say you were here, which would be kind of it would be scary, but you would be making
I
plays from here. What do you do if the Punisher ults?
well, I think in an ideal setup, like let's say I play this
Mm-hmm.
door, like your camera's in. Instead of like I
Yep.
don't know if I'd play on top of there because they have a lot of like really hard cave-in pressure between Hela
Sure.
Punisher. It's kind of hard to maintain LOS of particularly Hela because she's
Mm-hmm.
scary.
Yep.
Like Celestial Hela players, Eternity Hela players, like they're rats. They live in
Yeah.
basements. Like they're
They'll,
menaces.
they'll
Like
chop your head
so,
off.
yeah, so like why not play this door like we had your camera earlier? I have my clone back
Mhm.
right.
Yep.
And like it's easy to reposition those. I just peek my head out 1 second, throw a clone back there, even if it breaks or whatever happens. I keep a more aggressive clone up here, maybe like closer to my tanks or on top of that ridge.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can play the choke. And I can
Mm-hmm.
poke the choke and heal my team. And if Punisher ults, I teleport to the clone in the back.
Mm-hmm. And then we have lamp up probably.
Sure. If I even need it, I could just go invisible and walk 2 feet to the right if my team's
Got it.
safe, you know?
If it seems safe,
Like
exactly. And you trust your mag, and your mag's gonna hit the rock. And who doesn't pop ult here?
me.
Yes.
Did I pop ult?
Right, you pop
I
ult.
I saw my tank low.
Yep. It's
I got
just this is troll. There's no other way to put it. You were the heal bot for the entire time until you just burned your ult in a fight that's already won. And I see the reasoning. I know that you want to help your tank because there's a Punisher beaming his face off. But it's about like in the neutral, you need to start making more aggressive positions and using your clones in aggressive positions. And then whenever the ult game happens, you got to think ahead and know like we're talking about always think ahead. What do we have to counter the big ult in this game? Well, they have Punisher, we have Rock, we don't need my ult. Maybe we use my ult to close out the fight if needed. Like, that's your cycle. If you can get that cycle down, holy shit, you are the carry. We all know how Loki's
Yes.
good. So good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you're saying that I'm already a menace. There's more of a menace. Like be
Yes.
more aggressive. Be more like, you know, be a playmaker. Don't just be like I need my DPS and tank to do this, and I'll keep them up so they could do their job. Obviously,
Yeah.
do that. It's the strategy. It's part of the role. But like,
hmm
like I don't even think what I'm doing now is a terrible idea. Like I'm taking
hmm
high ground with
You're up there.
clones.
You're doing something. You're
Yes.
actually doing something, and not just to your team, but you're doing something to the other team. And that's a big part of playing support that people just don't really like give enough attention. It's that supports make plays. They're not just in this game to be heal bots. So, alright, let's think about it. Alright, let's clear the page. Okay, so we have a big fight. And this is kind of unfortunate. I've already talked about this a million times, but your team has a thing. Your thing needs to play further up, like here. So let's just assume your thing's there. Show me some spots where your clones could be.
If you really want to get quirky,
hmm
I could instead of playing this high ground, I could play that weird high ground behind me. So you see like this like really really high ground. You
hmm
can get up there. You can also play on that little right left side, like where you drew the line. I
Yep.
could theoretically even play there because and keep a clone like I know you told me not to do this, but keep a clone on cart in this one example, or even the high
Sure.
ground. I could even put a clone on the high ground and play there because the one thing I can do that Luna can't, that no other support, or really, if we're being honest, character in this game can do, is
Yeah.
just teleport away.
Whoop.
I
Just
could
go
just,
there.
and it's not like I have to dash. It's not like I fly away. I do my little tricks
Right.
and flips as Star Lord. I don't fade. Like I literally just am instantly there.
hmm
Like
Yeah,
I'm
there's
instantly there with
so
no.
many options, and you just got to set yourself up to use those options. So setting yourself up looks like putting clones in different angles, right? So like you said, main, high ground, high ground. These are all options. This high ground too. is where you could be playing. You could be playing off these stairs, for example. Like, just keep setting up your angles, and you're gonna contribute so much to the fight. Because if the fight's happening, I don't know, like around here, they're like, oh god, there's a Loki clone there. They're shooting the Loki clone. Oh god, there's a Loki clone up here. Now they're shooting the Loki clone. And like, the actual Loki right here has been shooting them the entire fucking time, and they're still confused about where Loki is. Like, you have so much that you could be doing right now.
Okay.
Okay, big fat clobber. Venom. Good lamp. Take care of your
But why
Luna.
not? But, like, something I could do here is I protect my Luna.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I teleport there. That's a troll. But what I could be
Yep.
doing instead of that is teleporting. Or maybe I mean our tanks die. Maybe it's not. I need to teleport back.
Yeah,
But let's
this
say
is
our
mostly
tanks.
their positioning.
Yeah.
Let's say your tanks are holding further up, and the Venom goes in. It's like this is a
Like
situation.
so. Like let's say we're in this situation. I've lamped. Like why not? Why don't I take high ground right now?
Yeah,
Like I have
definitely.
teleport, I have clone, I can just hit that high ground. I could still
Hmm.
100% heal my Luna. My Luna's never gonna die
Yes.
to this guy because
Yes.
I've already shown I have my right click up, which is a drop clone. It's
Yep.
invisibility, but it's a drop clone
Boop.
effectively. So you instantly drop clone where you're standing. If I teleport to the high ground, even over here, but mostly I'm thinking by where Jewel Knight's currently playing,
Yep.
just because
Yep.
it's an easier it's an easier drop and like switch. Because
Yep.
I could then play up there, go invisible. I now have two clones there. My Luna's never gonna die because this Venom isn't Rocket Luna damage boost one-shotting me.
Mm-mm.
He's just ulting.
Yep.
So she's gonna live, and then I can play even more aggro and have like clones set up on high grounds, and maybe we don't even get to this position. Obviously, there's
Hmm.
infinite ammo there, but
Yep.
I just
That's
also
okay.
cover where I'm playing on teleporting, like around that
Yep.
clock.
I think this is all good thinking, right? So you take care of your Luna, you reposition so you can get into the fight. Take care of her if she needed, but then you can rotate and you can start looking around. Take a check of the fight, right? Where do I have an angle on the enemy team? Well, there's a lot of positions. You have an angle this way. You have an angle this way. So if you're playing out of here, you could set up maybe one or two clones like you mentioned, so that they can kind of shoot down from high ground. And now this is gonna add so much like confusion and chaos to the other side's like mind because you literally have all of this space. It's all of yours because you're Loki and you decide that it's yours.
Because I can leave at any
Mm-hmm.
moment as long as
Yep,
I have my
you're
buff.
always
And even
safe.
if I don't, I have invisibility, so I can like literally just walk away. Like
Mm-hmm.
provided I time it right with their damage, like I can just walk away. And
Mm-hmm.
like I live, but like I don't live. I'm just not. I don't. I'm not creating enough value because like
Yes, that is
ideally in
definitely
this
it.
world, I'm playing the off healer, right? I'm not the primary healer,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and I could. This isn't like comp ranked where I'm like, oh, let me see. I need to heal because this Luna I'm queuing with, I can't trust at all. They're not hitting anything. Like
Mm-hmm.
I need to heal a shit ton to keep my tanks up and like to keep everyone alive. If I'm
Exactly.
playing with someone who I trust and I trust Tara, that I don't need to like I can unchain myself from the burden of that.
Yep.
Cause like
Yeah.
cause she can like flick her snowflake on people. She does a ton of healing, more than probably even I do. Um
Mm-hmm.
Depending on clone usage, of course. But like, why not here? Like here, we're kind of getting rolled. So like, playing aggro is kind of maybe a mistake because this Venom is
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
to
yeah.
eat my buns.
Sure.
But
We gotta
like,
group up a
when
little
we
bit,
have
but
six
then.
people up, why not?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, so let's go here. Let's take a look at what we do. So we're getting pressured out by this Venom. Well, unfortunate. I would be really. Yeah, this is a little too early of a lamp. I'm pretty sure you know that. Your
Hmm.
Luna can take care of you, so just try to trust her. Talk to Luna. I don't know how like the comms sound, but like that can often be a problem with support duos. They just don't calm enough to each other. So like in this situation, I'll tell you how I'd say. Alright. Oh, there's Venom on me. Tara, cure me. Help me, help me. And then, you're okay.
Yeah.
Don't need lamp. Walk this way.
Hmm.
Alright, so now let's talk about pre-fight position. This is getting a bit more into like the macro or bigger picture. But whenever we look into this fight, Work for the team. So we're gonna have Punisher ult. And if we've ult checking properly, we know they have Magrock. That's a problem. So, like we've said before, lamps are awesome and they protect people from Magrocks. So you could probably say, like, you don't even have to say anything, but just follow your Punisher around, take the angle he's taking, and set up based on there's going to be a fight here. I can take an angle to protect him, and where do your clones go? It's up to you, but there's options.
Yeah, one thing we did talk about as well is we have, I think, well, this in this case is Oni, which gets
Hmm.
bonked but lives, because W bubble from our Magneto. But like in this case, a lot of the times our Hela player
Hmm.
does a lot of like does a lot of ignore my clones. I think I'm like just trying to kill people, but um,
Yep.
I'm just walking around repositioning. So I know that one in the back's useless, but we're working on it. The like one of the things I'm trying to do more is play around our Hela, because our Hela loves off angling, right? It's
Yep,
like her
like
favorite
this.
thing, and she does a lot of really she does a really good job at it.
Yeah,
I
it's
say
really
her
good.
as if it's not a dude who plays it, but it's Hela, right? Like,
Yeah,
but like she does a great job. Why am I not with her? Because
sure.
not only she loves to take high ground, um, and I benefit tremendously from off-angle high grounds.
Yes, yes,
Like,
you do.
like,
Definitely do.
and that person will probably receive more healing because they're next to me. And B,
Hmm.
the person they shoot, they're like, oh, I headshotted them. They're like low. I can just kill them, right?
Look
Like,
at this. Look at what you could be doing, bro. You could be, taking this angle with Hela. And giving her the healing you're talking about, taking the high ground that you want because you're Loki, and you setting up more angles from an angle. You're the monster in the lobby. You know it's possible. Just go there. Just go there.
yeah, I've noticed like my best games are a lot of the games where I am like like there's one distinct memory in my mind of that game where
Hmm.
I had a game once where I played like it was celestial ranked and I had like 18 kills on Loki and like all the crazy stuff, right? And what I would
Yes.
literally be doing is I would every time, I don't know, I think I just did it out of pure luck because I wasn't thinking about it,
Sure.
but I was playing like Cloak and Dagger as the other healer, and what I would
Hmm.
literally do is just I need to drop clones here. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Oh god. Anyway, but the what I need to do, what I did that point was I would cloak and dagger into the back line, fight their healers a little bit, fade when I was getting low on my time
Sure.
to a high ground position on an off angle, and then just start dropping clones when I transfer back. And I would literally be
Yeah.
just damaging their backline and healing my team, kind of
Hmm.
like a scissor movement, like where I'd
Hmm.
be in the back and they were in the front. And if they ever tried to pressure me, I lamp and just teleport out.
Exactly. Yeah, you have
Like
so much that there's possible. Like you, okay, you might not have been thinking about it because what are you gonna do with your cloak in the back line? Well, you just gotta find a way to get out and make the best of it as Loki. But like that is literally what you could practice. You can go into games and you can start saying like, all right, there's a little bit of downtime. What's my angle? Like, how do I make a play this next fight? Cool,
it made
easy
me
win.
like I don't like I like lamping people and protecting them. Like obviously that's a
Hmm.
large part of the character. It's very important. But why
Hmm.
not if my I think I should live off that lamp on whether or not I play like more passive or more aggressive. Right.
Mm, yeah.
Like if my lamp is up, I can theoretically be Dovin with my lamp up and get out by just going invisible, teleporting, like stuff like that. It buys me time in a situation where like cuz these are like high impact stuff, but
Hmm.
it's like it's dangerous because obviously there's responsibility of a strategist, right? But
Hmm.
why not if I have an immortality button? Like why not take something aggressive with my immortality button
Hmm.
and use my immortality button to save it if I get punished? And if they don't
Exactly.
punish, congratulations, I just won a team fight. Because I'm just actually mauling their Luna Snow, and their tanks are going to be like, well, actually, you shouldn't be dying to a Loki, but I can three shot them, right?
Yes. You have so many escape tools, right? And a lamp's one of them. I would definitely like start playing in that mindset because you have all these ways to get out, and it's just limit testing, really. Figure out how far you can take Loki because you really can take them really far. And like based on just what I'm seeing so far, Um, and this is going to be the a bit of the 5 minute reminder. We're just kind of ending things here. So really, you can take it so much farther than you're taking it right now, and you want to take it so much further. So stop being a heal bot, especially if you're playing with Tara. Tara did the healing. You can start like you know be like half a DPS, bro.
Like play
Be
off
hella.
healer.
Yes.
like, 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 don't be like, oh, I'm gonna help do this, this, this. Why not play with my Hella? Why not take an
Hmm.
angle? And I can even like, I don't necessarily know if I want to do all of it because it could be a little dangerous with the limit testing without like that immortality button.
Sure.
Because
Sure.
I'm only a 250 HP character.
Hmm.
But and I don't have any real self healing outside of going invisible, which
Hmm.
barely counts. but like having that immortality button to like limit test it could be a way to think about it, because
Yeah.
theoretically, like, I'm not going to need to constantly be using it to keep my tanks up to provide this like archaic almost like grindy like fight where like I'm just healing my tanks, I'm healing my team and doing a little bit of damage to the enemy
Hmm.
team, and then like their healers are doing a little bit of damage to the enemy team and like
Hmm.
are healing their guy, and then we're just constantly playing around these like big monsters of HP that are just
Yeah, it's
slapping each
so
other to the slog.
slow. It's
Yeah,
such a coin flip, man. And like
but
that's where the playmaking comes in.
like, why not on this map like take a high ground angle? Why not like shoot the like even if the worst thing that happens, right, is I don't kill anyone, I get dove, I shift and I get out. Obviously the worst thing
Hmm.
is I die. But like in this case, that's like it's something that people wouldn't think would have value. But if I'm shooting their Luna Snow and there are multiple people coming to get me, what they're not
Hmm.
doing is healing their front line. What they're not doing is maybe checking their Punisher on a different off angle, right? Like,
Hmm.
and then that guy could in turn be double shot headshotted by my Hella, and he doesn't like live, you know,
Hmm.
like
There's so much. Like, okay, let's take this fight as an example, right? We've just used the Luna ult. It looks like it's about a 6v6. Right now, you're just kind of hanging out in the back, right? So maybe an aggressive position that you're talking about, where you're taking, like, making them react to you, is you walk up, you put a clone here, you put a clone on car, you teleport to this clone, you start smashing their team from the side like a Hella with a brain would do. And you might get a pick on this Punisher, you might shut down the rest station. They're freaking the fuck out. And if Venom goes back here because he wants to dive, could you get there?
if Tara plays a little further up and not around this 90, and I'm on top of
Mm-hmm.
there, I could
Yeah,
easily
she's
heal
here.
her. And
Yeah.
and the solution there, because I did use my teleport to get there, is
Mm-hmm.
like just shift. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like just shift it, and I could just walk through my clone on cart, my
Mm-hmm.
clone on high ground, and my own personal shift makes a line to my back line, where I can
Yes.
just have like
Bam.
have like a stroll on a nice summer evening, basically, because no one's gonna do damage to me. And
Yep,
then
you're just going here. You're pushing the angle further even. Once you shift it, it doesn't matter what's going on in the back. Nothing's gonna go wrong.
and at that point, their Venom's getting no resources because they're all freaking out because of
Mm-hmm.
Loki's killing them. It's like every time I've
Yep.
ever died to a DPS Jeff. It's like my tanks
Right.
are like, he does no damage. I'm like, to you. like, this guy's
Right.
an unkillable menace.
Now
Like,
think about that. You have a lamp in your backline, but you also have a lamp over here on your angle. You are killing it, right? It's awesome. Like this fight goes so much differently, and let's also just keep in mind because this is very, very key is the fact that if they have nothing to react to, if we're just hanging out in the back, our tanks are just taking all of the shit, all of the shit, and Magneto's gonna die for free. Thing might die for free. There's all these things that can go wrong because we're letting them make plays. And that's not cool. So there's your review. Clearly, I see a very bright journey to eternity here. It'll probably be a hell of a lot of fun because you'll realize Loki's even better than you thought he was.
and I'm already like a top 200 Loki player.
Right?
It's terrifying.
there's so like, there's so there's so much left to do. Oh my.
God, my teammate, your Tara's gonna hate you. I want you to know that. She's gonna actually hate you. She's like, why are you 300 feet away, killing their Ella? I'm being doped by a Venom, and I'm like,
Dude,
trust it.
just tell me. Just say like, trust me. Sean told me I gotta push my limits.
Yes, I could shoot you. I play far enough back normally from my own team to heal them. I can heal her from their back line while fighting them. It's
Right, right,
fine.
right, right. Perfect. All right. So the next time you go into ranked, you go into scrims. The number one thing is you need to start taking angles, and you're putting your clones at angles. And not just healing your team, but also focusing on, say, putting pressure on the DPS. Besides that, I'd say just keep on grinding and keep also communicating to your team and stuff, calling these things. I think that would probably make a difference. Imagine if you and your Hella are going on these fights together. Jesus.
The way it was designed. And then if I die and he kills the guy, I'm back.
Exactly. All right, that's a team up if I've ever heard it.
Get a Thor to do something?
Hmm.
Problematic.
I'm honestly a bit scared to see you in ranked.
If you ever see, I'm Chungi Wahungi at Celestial 2, and I am
Mhm.
High Loki at Celestial 3. High Loki is my Loki solo queue account.
Gotcha. Okay, also for application, so whenever you're practicing this, I found a lot of like people do really well if they play on a Smurf account, like, and they just say like, all right, for an hour I'm gonna play my Smurf and I'm just gonna off angle as Loki. Like, I really like that's what I would do if I was you. Get in there.
Okay.
You'll be C2, C1. And I'm really like, you don't see Loki's doing this. It's Freelo.
You don't.
Right
And
on.
like, hell yeah. Alright,
I
well,
gotta go.
um,
I got a coaching session very soon,
of course.
but I really, I thought this was a lot of fun, and I'll send you a video soon so you can go back over it, share with friends, and so on.
Alright, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Mhm. See ya. Let's go.